I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now.
Well, hello everyone. I have actually already filmed the welcome and you will see that in just a minute. But I wanted to come on and just say, if you follow me, you know I missed yesterday's video, and I just want you to know that it's been a super, super hard and emotional week. And I would ask, if you are a praying person, if you would lift our church family, and Pastor Bryant and I up to the Lord. I would super appreciate it. We may elaborate a little bit more on Couch Time on Sunday's video, but we, as a church family, we've just had a tough week. So if you don't mind, lift us up to the Lord, and maybe Bryant can elaborate a little more on Sunday's Couch Time. But we're going to go on to the video that I missed yesterday. So now stay tuned for the welcome. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. If you are familiar with my channel, you know I missed a video yesterday. So here's the video that I had planned on for yesterday. First, let me just say welcome. If you're new here, my name's Leslie. I'm so thankful that you're here. Welcome to my home. Welcome to our farm. And in just a minute, I'll welcome you to my kitchen. But we are still continuing on with our fall recipes. This is one that I found. It's really not fall. It could be done any time of year. But it is, I've just felt, because it had apples in it, I kind of went with the fall route with it. But this is an apple berry crumb. And I was kind of intrigued by it. And so you'll just see at the end what we think and how we felt about it. But I hope you enjoy. And here's the video. So the first thing we're going to work on is the crumble topping. And then that way we can set it aside and I can get to peel in the apples and so forth. So just overlook my kitchen. I'm sorry. It's bad. But it is what happens when you start cooking. And I've kept it pretty clean. It's just clean dishes I need to put away. So anyway, what we're going to start with here, grab you a piece of paper and write this down as we go. Sometimes it takes me a few days, sometimes a few weeks, and sometimes it never happens to get the recipe added in the description. So be sure to grab you a piece of paper and write it down as we go. So I've got 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And we'll get you guys turned down here where you can see. 3/4 cup of sugar, 3/4 cup of sliced almonds, and 1/2 cup of oats. And you can use whatever kind of oats you have in your, whether it be quick, whether it be the 1 minute, whether it be whole oats, old fashioned, whatever, just 1/2 cup of oats. I'm using whatever I had in my cabinet. I don't even know what I had. And I'm going to give this a stir. All right. And here I have 1/2 cup, or a whole stick. If you're in the United States, it's a whole stick of cold butter. And I'm just going to drop this in here, kind of breaking it apart as I go. And we're going to take our fingers in there and kind of break it in, but I like to get it started with cutting it up. And all I did was I took the stick that was long way and I cut it that way. I flipped it over, cut it again, and then just went, and that made all these little cubes. All right. So here we go. All right, I'm going to roll my sleeves up and I'm going in with my hands and I'm just kind of pinching that butter and breaking it up. Now you could possibly put some cinnamon in this if you'd like. I'm not, just because I'm not sure how I think cinnamon and berry would go together, because there's some berries in this. But if it was just apples, yes, I would definitely put cinnamon. And I'm just taking this butter and kind of pinching it up and coating it with the flour mixture. If you have a blending fork, you could definitely use that. For some reason, I just feel like I can get a better job done with my fingers. But if you have a blending fork or a pastry fork, pastry cutter, use whatever you normally make a crumb topping with. And if you've never made one, then you might want to try my way. I just like doing it with my fingers. I can feel how good it is. All right. I think that's going to be about good enough. I'm going to wash my hands and then I'm going to peel and dice up my apples. I've got 5 Granny Smith apples that I'm going to use. And so that's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to wash my hands and I'll see you back here when I get those all cut up and ready. The topping is done and we're going to set it aside and wait for the rest of the meal, or the crumb dessert. I'll get it out in a minute. We'll set this aside and wait for everything else to get ready, and then we'll put this on top. So I'll meet you back here in just a second. Okay, everyone, I'm using a tin pan for easy cleanup and disposal. And I'm just going to chop up some apples and put in the bottom. And we're just going to come back as soon as I dice them up and get them placed in the pan. I've got about 4 more apples to peel and to dice. We'll be back as soon as I get all of those diced up and put in there. Like I said, I'm using about 5 Granny Smith apples all together. And it gives this dish a delightful tartness, but yet sweetness. All right, so here I have my apples, and I have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice right here. I've got a mess to clean up. All right, so I'm just going to drizzle that lemon juice over here. All right, and now I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar that I'm just going to kind of sprinkle over. You know what? I'm going to wait and sprinkle it over the fruit too, the berries. Let me get the berries in there. I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself, but I just feel like this is the wiser thing to do. I don't have the recipe right out here with me. So let me get this open. I'll meet you back. Okay, so this was supposed to be a berry blend, but I also found one that had some cherries in it. It has the big ones and more of the tart ones. So this is what we're using. So we're just going to sprinkle these berries in and around this. There's strawberries, there's blueberries. This probably wasn't the right thing to get, but it's okay. And I'm using 2 cups worth, and it is frozen, so it's going to create some juice. All right, now let's add the rest of the brown sugar. All right. All right. Now we get to go in with our crumb, and we're just going to just sprinkle this all over. I've got my oven preheating to 350. I can't remember exactly how long this is going to go. But I'll definitely come back and tell you. Now, this is actually supposed to be done in a 9x13 pan. My pan is a little bit smaller than a 9x13. So my crumb is going to cover it a little bit better than probably what a 9x13 pan would be covered. All right. In the oven we go, and I'll come back and tell you how long we're going to let it bake.
All right.
All right.
Here we are in the kitchen. I about
Oh,
dropped the
good
spoon.
catch.
I'm pretty catch.
Good
All right, here we go.
catch.
I can tell you now, I know that this is going to be scrumptious because a mouse got into it over there. So here we go.
A big mouse. Does it need ice cream on it?
It doesn't have to, but that would knock it out of the park right there. One bite.
No.
It's not overly sweet, but you can feel the texture of maybe some sugar in the topping,
in the crumb.
in the topping and the crumb. I've had some of these before that's had a lot of brown sugar in the crumb, and it was just too sweet.
Now he's fixing to take a bite that I'm going to be interested in hearing what he thinks.
Mm-hmm. Is that a prune or a plum?
It was a cherry.
A cherry, a big
There's
cherry.
2 different types of cherries in there, along with strawberries and blueberries. And apples. I cut up some apples and put in there.
Very, very good.
Oh, and
Somebody's
the phone
calling
rings.
me. Hang on.
Okay, he just told me something that I was a little bit concerned with. He said it could be a tad bit sweeter.
Could be a tad bit sweeter.
And when I was putting the 2 tablespoons of sugar on the fruit, I felt like it needed more sugar on the fruit. And I think it would make more juices if you put more sugar. So I would increase, not the sugar in the crumb, leave that the same, but add more sugar to the top of the fruit.
It's not overbearing the way it is, and it's good the way it is, but my sweet tooth says it needs just a little more sugar.
Yeah, I haven't tasted it, but I felt that as I was making the recipe that it might need some more sugar. So I'm glad he said that.
But that's a home run right there. That is a great fall recipe for a dessert right there.
The only thing you need to do is I'd probably double the brown sugar that you sprinkle on top of the fruit, and I would even make it white sugar. So that's just my thoughts. But I thought that when I was making the recipe. So I'm glad you said that.
Cooking is trial and error. Try it the way you want to the first time, and then tweak it the next time.
But is this worthy to go to the potluck at church?
Oh yes, that's definitely, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching this fall recipe, this church potluck recipe.
Hey, when's this going to air?
This is Tuesday's video.
Oh, I want to show y'all something that's going to be on Sunday's video. Can I do that?
What's going to be on Sunday's video?
Is that going to be on Sunday's video?
I don't know.
Huh?
Is it? It might.
Yeah, this is going to be on Sunday's video.
It's going to be on Sunday's video.
Hey, look, guys. A t-shirt.
A t-shirt. We're working on a way that you can order t-shirts. There is already a way down in the description. There's Cafe Press, and you can order through them right now. But we're working on another
Avenue.
Avenue.
An easier, quicker
Yeah.
more affordable avenue.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for watching the Farming Pastor's Wife. I love you guys so much. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.